Hi everyone, I'm going to show you how to complete a 5-card spread using Lenormand cards so that you can answer questions about different family situations. So I have a lot of clients that ask me about different family situations. And I know that, oh my goodness, situations are limitless, right? So to able to demonstrate today, what I decided to do is get a People magazine, look through it so that we can do energy of the reading, have energy present so that this reading will make sense to you. So Britney Spears, and I was just really drawn to her because my oldest children are her age, and we would watch her, yes, growing up, singing in the videos. And so I see here that Britney Spears reunites with mom, Lynne, after 3 years. So what I decided to do is I'm going to pretend that Britney has come to me for guidance in this situation, asking, how can, I get closer to my mom? What guidance can you give me? So her question is, what guidance can you give me so that they can heal in this situation? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use I love these Lenormand cards, and I'm going to think of the house because the house can symbolize, it can be a significator for family situations, family, okay? And so the house is what I am going to activate. And with everybody does 5-card readings differently. This is my preferred way for me. It just works for me, and I can answer my clients' questions. So again, if this way does not work for you, don't force it because everybody has to find the way that really works for them. So what I do is I get my cards and I use my energy and my palms to activate whatever significator that I want to activate. In this situation for Brittany, we are going to do the house. So I'm going to go ahead and activate the house, and always picture the house in my mind. And you can shuffle them any way that you want to, but this again works for me. Okay. So then once I feel really good about where I am, because sometimes I'm told, either continue to shuffle or good, stop right now and go ahead and get the answer. So then I'm going to go ahead and set my attention again of how we're going to help Brittany, reunite with her mother in a healing way. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look for the house. So this way I actually, and the client loves this because they're able to help out looking for the same card. I always tell them what card I am looking for. And I always explain why. They're always curious. And I always tell them readings are all about some symbolism. There is the house. Okay. All right. So I'm going to put the house here, and I'm going to explain what the meanings are. All right, so what I normally do is I go on the left-hand side. We have the sun, and then we also have the whip. So I always tell my client that these two cards tell a story. And of course, this is really telling the story about their relationship, that, the relationship is full with criticism. It takes the joy away from everything. And they get to the point where, in this type of relationship that you argue, and that's kind of how you're showing, that you care a lot of times through just arguments. Well, what I would probably tell the client is really look at approaching it from a loving point of view. Look at your mother, look at the relationship, and see how you can turn the tables and say, think of the positive things that she brings into your life. Okay. She, in the past may have brought, you lots of problems in your life, and a lot of self harm, but turn the tables around and see how your relationship can get better. If you look at it, what can my mom bring me? What joy can she bring me? Instead of looking at negative and arguing and just showing, her that she's not really thinking about you, think of it almost like y'all are grown-ups now, and that you can consider an adult relationship, because she's not going to ground you anymore, all right, or really criticize you as a child. So turn it around and say, okay, we can actually turn this into more of a friendship, if that even helps the relationship. Now, on the right hand side, this has a lot to do with virtues. Okay. So definitely, I would tell Brittany is to have a relationship using your virtues, do what is right for you. Okay. And how you can shape this relationship on the virtues of your trueness. Okay. You can still be yourself and be in this relationship. You don't have to sacrifice who you are to continue this relationship with your mother. Okay, because you don't have to be misguided, but this will help ground you and ground the relationship in a fundamental way. And I love looking at virtues because it really, shows that you can have a relationship and still be your true self, and also set those boundaries for your mother, right? Set those boundaries. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring what's called mirroring, and I'm going to bring these two cards down to see if we can get further meaning. We have joy and we have the anchor. So this relationship, if you remember what you are doing, okay, using those virtues, thinking of how your mother can really benefit you in your life and really adding something, I guess you could say. Well, the joy, this will actually stabilize this relationship once again, okay? You'll start seeing the joy in it. And so that will really stabilize in the relationship. Now, when you bring this down, we also have that some of these virtues may, be very harmful. So again, look at those virtues, set those boundaries so that these are not harmful for you, okay? So be truthful, be yourself, your unique self, show her how this relationship needs to be, set those boundaries. And then, let the relationship take care of itself. And your mother will also need to have choices that she also has to make this relationship a stable and good one. All right. So I hope that you learned a little bit from using the 5 card spread. Again, I love 5 card spreads because it's very quick. It answers your question. It gives you great guidance. And then if you have another question that comes from this, then you can go ahead and do another 5 card pull. And I absolutely love to do that because sometimes, especially if you use a different deck, the same cards will come up. And it's like fascinating to see it being very consistent. All right, so I hope this helps you and have a great time completing Lenormand card readings.